Hi guys, my name's Owen, I'm a tour guide based here in Edinburgh, and today I'm going to show you 3 things that you must see when you visit Greyfriars Kirkyard. We're going to talk about history, we're going to talk about architecture, we're going to talk about a wee spooky story, and of course Harry Potter. So let's go! Welcome to Greyfriars Kirkyard. This area gets its name from a Franciscan friary which was dissolved in 1560. There have been burials on this site since the late 16th century. Now the first of our stops are these mort safes. Now these were installed in the early 19th century to deter body snatchers. Now this was a lucrative but grim business as fresh bodies were dug up and then sold to the Edinburgh University Medical School. Our second stop is round by a very interesting section of wall. This is called the Flodden Wall, and it was built as a direct response to the crushing defeat of Scottish forces at the Battle of Flodden, fought in 1513. Interestingly, that Scottish army contained most of the prominent nobility of Scotland at the time, and was led in person by King James IV, Mary Queen of Scots' dad. He was sadly killed at that battle. Now the scale of this defeat was the reason why the town walls were constructed so hastily in the aftermath, but they didn't do a particularly great job of protecting Edinburgh from attack. Now this was because in 1544, during the War of the Rough Wooing, an English army led by Sir Christopher Morris destroyed the Netherbold port with cannon, and the town was burned over 3 days. Now they say that no building within the town walls was spared the flames. Now moving round, our last stop is technically 2 sites, but they are linked, I promise. Firstly, we have the open-air Covenanters prison. Now after the Battle of Bothwell Bridge, fought in 1679, around 1,200 prisoners were brought into the city. Now if you imagine that many people, that's an enormous number to put in one prison or castle, so a makeshift prison was formed in a field just to the south of the kirkyard. This site held hundreds of these prisoners, and as you can probably imagine, the conditions were utterly horrific, with many dying of disease, the results of poor sanitation, and even starvation. Many more were executed for treason, but a lucky few managed to escape. Now the cruelty and torture that the Covenanters endured was partially at the hands of Sir George Mackenzie. Now as the Lord Advocate, he was responsible for implementing the policy of the King, gaining him the nickname Bloody Mackenzie. Now this is where we switch to the second of our sites for this stop. See, told you they were linked. This is the Mackenzie Mausoleum. Now after his death in 1691, his mausoleum became infamous for reports of poltergeist activity, scratches, burns, and even sudden attacks on visitors. Now that leads many to believe that Mackenzie's restless spirit still haunts the graveyard to this day. So if you visit Greyfriars Kirkyard and experience something that you just can't explain, it may very well be his vengeful spirit still intent on causing horror and unrest. Also, as you wander around the graveyard, keep an eye out for some familiar names on the tombstones. It is said that J.K. Rowling, whilst writing the first Harry Potter book, took a few names to use within its pages. That's all I'll say about that for now. Thank you so much for watching, folks, and if you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like, or you can even leave a comment saying where you'd like me to explore next. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.